One of my favorite things to do with collage is not just to bring you to the moment, but bring you to the moment and then show you where that moment led to, right? So if you look here, it's like rookie year Jordan, right? Now I'm not gonna go through every image because I'll be here all day. There's 1,000 images, but there's this one aspect right here, right? Where you see young Jordan transitioning kind of into like, middle career Mike. You can see these heads, right? It says repressed, right? So much of the natural self of who you are, you have to push down to be great, right? That's an element of Michael Jordan we kind of skip past, right? I had this in-depth discussions. I'm black, I'm a man. At some point, I've argued Kobe or Jordan or LeBron. At some point, right? And one element of Jordan's character that I have no opinion on, but I like to bring up, is that he's a psychopath. He's not a normal person, right? And one element of success we don't talk about enough is how much psychopathy is needed to get to that level, right? Mm-hmm. You don't become Michael Jordan because you shake hands and kiss babies, right? You become Michael Jordan because you're overly hyper-focused on becoming the greatest thing you can be, right? Becoming a symbol of greatness to the point. You just see a picture of Michael Jordan, the first thing you think is excellence, execution, which brings us to the back, right? Now here's what a lot of people don't want to accept about greatness. No matter what, there's a peak, right? As a matter of fact, for me, what matters most is not your peak, but like what you do after the peak, right? I love artists, athletes, anyone, I love them after their peak. Because many people after their peak are just as good. You just got used to them. Right? They're still just as good. They still make just as good of stuff. Like, my favorite Lil Wayne music is actually post Carter 3. I love Sorry for the Wait and Sorry for the Wait 2. Mm-hmm. Those are my favorite. And that's way beyond prime Wayne, but he still was Wayne, right? Right. So this is the peak. Even Jordan had a peak. And I want to capture that essence of the big city Chicago feel. Michael Jordan, when the shoe was the best shoe on the planet, no questions. So I want to catch it as at the back, because even Jordan had a rise and a fall, which is like, oh, Jordan, yeah, we all do, because Father Time is undefeated, right? He's undefeated, and you go from the peak to over here, tail end of the career, right? Because although I do love Michael Jordan, he retired, he didn't play this lengthy, long career that some other players have. Of course, they pale in comparison. I'm not going to say like his 20 years is comparable to Jordan's, but there was breaks in there. The Wizard years weren't as good as they could have been because, like I said, Father Time always wins.